I'm going to be showing y'all how you can use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas for your online education course, how to figure out what name you're going to use, what kind of content you're going to make, and just a lot of stuff that you can utilize ChatGPT for. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to chatgpt.com. And now this is where the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to explain what kind of niche you're in. And so, for example, I might be a real estate person and someone who buys properties. Now, that could be developed properties or just plain land. And so I'm going to want to tell ChatGPT that. So what I'm going to say is that I want to create an online course. And then you can say, I've worked as a real estate and property buyer, I guess, yeah, and would like to educate others on how to do what I've done. And then what you're going to want to do is say type yes if you understand. Right, so then ChatGPT now understands what we're trying to do here. And so while we're in this chat, it's going to spit out answers that are going to be related to that. So next, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to say, come up with 50 names for my course. As you can see, it's giving you however many you type. So I said 50 options here, right? And if you already have a course idea for the name, then you could skip this, or if you just want to use your own name, but I would suggest using a name from here or coming up with your own instead of your real name. Let's just look through here and see if there's one that stands out. So I actually do really like the first and the second ones. I do like this one, Profit from Property Mastery. Actually, I really like Real Estate Insiders Circle. So let's just say I choose Real Estate Insiders Circle. So you don't really need to pay attention to this down here. But now you might be wondering, how am I going to plan out my content with ChatGPT? And so what you can do is type 50 video ideas for my course, and you could put, I'm just going to put on real estate and property purchasing. But you don't really need to specify that because ChatGPT already understands what you're trying to do. That's why it was able to give you these names after you told it what you're trying to accomplish. So here we go. And it's going to spit out a bunch of these. This is a bunch of names, right? And some people might be like, well, this is not going to give me like an actual overview. So let's say, give me an overview of 50 sections or 50 topics to discuss in my course. And this right here, you have these different names, and these are going to be really good because you can choose these, because when you say the overview, it's not going to really give you a great name for it. So I would take these and match them up with what it's about to give you. So here it's giving you these different modules, right? And I can say, break each of these down even more. And if you've done something in this kind of niche, and this doesn't just have to be property or real estate, like I said, it can be anything, and you can tell ChatGPT this and it will understand. And you're basically going to create videos or posts and basically a learning platform around these different modules. And now if there's something that you don't see here, then you can add that as well. You don't have to follow this exactly. Something else that is also really important to do is to figure out why people who are in your audience might not want to buy your course. So what I can say is, give me some reasons that people in my audience might not buy my course. Here it's going to give you basically reasons, and these aren't necessarily specific to real estate, but you can see that fear of complexity. Real estate can be perceived as complex, and potential buyers may fear the course will be too advanced. And so this is telling you exactly how to also address these concerns that your audience and your buyers might have. So like, the audience may fear that the course requires too much time. So communicate the expected time commitment and emphasize the flexibility of your course. Highlight any downloadable materials, tools, or templates. So it's giving you a really good idea of what you need to make sure that you're going to have in this course. I think you could even say something like, what would a reasonable price be for this course? And before I enter this, it's of course going to depend on how much you're going to put in, but this might give you some sort of idea on what you could go off of or what the average might be. And so it's not going to give me a specific one, but it's telling me how to determine that. So your expertise, course content, market research, target audience. Because if your target audience is regular people, then they're not going to want to buy it for a lot of money. But if it's other real estate investors and people who've bought properties before, they might have some more money to spend. And so this point right here is really important to consider. Now you could say something like, okay, how am I going to market this course? Or what platforms would be the best to market this course on? Here it's going to give you kind of an outline of this is what you need to make sure that you have. And it might be sort of different for you. If you're somewhat older, then you might have a lot of phone numbers and a lot of people's personal emails, which is why email marketing would be really good. If you're more on the YouTube side and you've posted stuff to YouTube, or even if you haven't, but you want to, then you might want to focus on YouTube. You could do YouTube shorts that will give the audience a taste of what your course is going to be like. And then you could say something like, if you want more info, then I have my course on this website. So right here, it says your own website. And then you could also run Google ads or Bing ads to target what your specific audience is. This collaboration with influencers. And then it also says where you might want to host it. So you could have it on Udemy, Teachable, or Thinkific. Yeah. You could also have your own website built out if that's what you want to do. But that is basically how you can use ChatGPT to plan out specifically how you're going to attack the market and find your audience in your niche. Like I said back in the beginning, this isn't just for real estate. You can do this with anything. So we found the name, we found some outlines of video ideas, then we have different modules that it gave us, and then it even gave us reasons why people might not want to buy from us so we can understand what we have to address, and then how to determine our pricing, and then eventually how to market it to our audience. And that's basically it. And then you can kind of go from there. And there is a lot more that will go into this because ChatGPT isn't going to go specifically in depth or give the best advice. And someone who's been in this business before is going to be able to give more specific, clear advice and also coach someone. And so specifically, this isn't the only thing you should rely on, but it's a good place to start and a good way to get you in the game. If you have any more questions, then just drop a comment below and tell me what you want to learn about. And I also have my personal email in there. And I hope y'all got some value from this, and I'll catch you on the next one.